Scrub is a guy that thinks he's flying this, also known as a buster. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers. Wish I could tie you up in my shoes, make you feel unpretty too. I was told I was.
TLC weren't supposed to rewrite pop history. They were designed to plug a market gap. In 1991, Atlanta managers Pebbles and L.A. Reid wanted a female New Jack Swing act to pair with their LaFace roster of slick male vocalists. They held an open audition in a sweaty dance warehouse and found 3 20-somethings who looked nothing alike but snapped together like Lego. T Boz Watkins, Low Gritty Contralto, Rosanda Chili Thomas, Velvet Mezzo, and Lisa Left Eye Lopes, a pint-sized rapper with carnival ride energy. Contracts were signed in haste, advances spent even faster, and within 18 months, TLC's debut album moved 4 million units. Yet behind MTV smiles, the trio lived in a 2-bedroom apartment furnished with beanbags because royalty statements read N.A. The path from glorified allowance to Guinness-level sales would be paved with house fires, bankrupt courtrooms, and one fatal crash in Honduras. But each collapse only made the legend bigger. Pebbles' production company, Pebitoni, fronted wardrobes and choreography lessons, then recouped every cost at 200%. LaFace advanced $25,000 per member, but recording fees and tour rehearsals were billed back against future earnings. The girls, barely 20, didn't read the clauses. They read the Billboard charts, where singles Ain't Too Proud to Beg and Baby 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 camped in the top 10. Their 1992 tour bus stopped at malls where fans mimicked condom eye patch fashion Lisa invented to promote safe sex. In hotel rooms, TLC counted per diems and assumed millions were accruing in some distant vault. They were half right. Millions accrued for labels, lawyers, and producers. By 1994, industry insiders warned them to check the math. The trio shrugged, still dizzy from fame, until disaster jolted them sober. On June 9, 1994, Left Eye returned to the mansion she shared with NFL star Andre Rison after a nightclub argument. She lit Rison's sneakers in a bathtub to make a point, but flames leapt to the cedar frame and devoured the house. Helicopter news feeds turned her into a tabloid supervillain. She faced arson charges, court-ordered rehab, and up to 20 years if convicted. Yet the scandal forced a pause that saved the group. During therapy sessions, Left Eye learned to demand transparency. T Boz learned sickle cell crises needed health insurance clauses, and Chilli learned to track publishing residuals. When Lisa pled guilty to a reduced sentence and resumed recording CrazySexyCool, the trio vowed never to be silent partners in their own fortune. CrazySexyCool landed late 1994, dripping with sultry slow jams and puffy-era funk, Creep, Red Light Special, and Waterfalls, whose social issue verse about HIV turned lecture into lullaby. The album sold 10 million, yet TLC's net profit after recoupment was $50,000 each, less than opening acts earned. On July 3, 1995, the trio shocked press by filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy, listing $3.5 million debt, a strategic grenade to renegotiate. LaFace called them ungrateful. TLC replied with spreadsheets showing 7% royalty rates whittled to 1% after deductions. Bankruptcy court forced talks. After 18 months, new contracts nearly tripled their share and erased Pebitone's managerial chokehold. TLC emerged bruised but liquid, a rarity in pop scandals. The figures who set the fire walked away owning the building. They channeled that autonomy into FanMail, 1999, a Y2K-obsessed project predicting emoji culture before smartphones. Producers laced tracks with dial-up beeps. Cover art printed 4,000 fan email addresses in microfont. First single, No Scrubs, became a sonic middle finger to men without ambition. No. Won for 4 weeks, Grammy for Best R&B Song, and an unofficial feminist pledge. The apex masked more fracture. Producer Dallas Austin, father of Chilli's son, demanded a $4 million fee and creative control. Label balked, Austin walked. Left Eye threatened to replace him with her newly discovered Honduran shaman's drum loops. Crisis was averted at the 11th hour, but tension lingered. Flush with success, Left Eye wanted an equal stage for her rap futurism. During a Vibe interview, she issued The Challenge, daring T Boz and Chilli to each craft solo albums, with sales tallied to decide who carried TLC forward. Publicists spun it as friendly competition. Privately, LaFace panicked. The duo refused to play. Left Eye recorded Supernova, 2001, anyway, but Arista shelved its US release after lukewarm overseas response. Hurt, she vacationed in Honduras to film a VH1 documentary about healing rituals, hoping to reset her compass. The other members, weary of drama, started pre-production on TLC's 4th record, With or Without Her. April 25, 2002, on a winding forest road, Left Eye swerved to avoid a truck, lost control, and the Isuzu overturned. She died instantly at 30. The documentary footage captured her final weeks in haunting detail, later aired as Last Days of Left Eye. T Boz and Chilli, numbed, faced a decision: cancel the nearly finished album or honor Lisa's passion. They retitled it 3D, weaving her demo vocals around Missy Elliott and Babyface production. When the album dropped that November, reviewers praised the strength but mourned the missing spark. Sales hit gold, not platinum. Grief rarely goes viral. Plenty of artists dissolve after losing a core member. TLC refused. They trademarked the name, vowed no permanent replacement, and toured as a duo flanked by Left Eye's video projections. In 2005, they staged a reality show, Are You the Girl?, to feature a one-off collaborator. Fan winner Oh So Crazy joined for a single but never became the third pillar. The real comeback came via nostalgia economics. Post-Napster streaming resurrected 90s playlists, and TLC's catalog notched billions of spins, funneling belated riches. In 2015, they turned to Kickstarter, yes, the biggest girl group of all time, crowdfunded, raising $430,000 in days for a final studio project simply titled TLC 2017. Listeners heard mature self-care anthems wherein scrubs evolved into trolls to be ignored. Destiny's Child borrowed syncopated talk raps from What About Your Friends. Rihanna cited T Boz's raspy low notes as blueprint for work. Girl groups from Little Mix to K-pop's Blackpink study TLC's hybrid of message and swagger, yet the cautionary side of the legend echoes too. Read contracts, track recoupables, own your likeness, and reconcile internal rifts before tabloids cash in. TLC's story proves scandal can scorch careers or forge steel, depending on who controls the narrative. They didn't just survive fires, they lit controlled burns that cleared room for women who came after. TLC entered the 90s as a manufactured experiment and exited the decade as record-breaking icons. In between, they endured pyromania headlines, public bankruptcies, producer mutinies, and a tragedy that would have ended most bands. Each time they seemed finished, they reprogrammed the crisis into fresh code. Safe sex spokeswomen, financial literacy warriors, digital era pioneers, and finally elder stateswomen funding albums by texting fans directly. Scandal tried hard to end them. TLC simply embedded every scar into the groove. That resilience, not just hits, cements their legend. 3 letters, too tough to burn, too loud to silence, forever chasing waterfalls and proving you can swim back stronger.